Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in for Pattern Emporium's brand new pattern release called the Field of Dreams dress or top. You've got so many versions to choose from, so stick around if you might be interested in this one. Now I better check in case there's some twigs or leaves hanging around the hair, because I seem to make a habit of making vlogs lately and not checking for natural hair ornaments, I call them. The last couple of times I've had a stick or a twig or Anyway, I think I feel like I'm all right. You've got to be careful when you're out in nature. I've got a fantastic pattern release that you're going to love. I've got a little rack full of goodies here. You know me, when a great pattern comes out, I can't help but make quite a few versions. I've made 4 to be exact. I'm going to show you each and every one and go through the details and what I've loved to make, different fabrics that I've made them from that have totally changed the look of each dress, even though it's the same pattern. Now, you guys all know Pattern Emporium patterns are great because they're versatile, they're adaptable, you can mish and mash them with other patterns. A size range from 4 to 30, so that's fantastic as well. But the thing I love is that they're great for beginner sewers. Maybe you are wanting to make a dress and you haven't quite dipped your toe in the whole dressmaking thing yet, but Pattern Emporium is a perfect place to start because of the highly detailed instructions, photos. You really do get your hand hold right the way through the whole making process. Now, the Field of Dreams, of course, it conjures up thoughts like walking through a meadow in a beautiful boho dress. Well, that's exactly what I've done. The first one I've made, I've kind of put a bit of that thought process behind of my dream boho style dress. I love anything that's floaty, and of course this dress is not only tiered as far as being a maxi length, you can make it in whatever length you like. You can omit the tiers if you want to just do 1 tier, you can do that. You can do all 3 if you want to do what I've done with this one. It also has great options for straps. Now, this beautiful little creation here is made from lovely crepe designer and fabric from Pit Trading I got last year. I managed to get, I think, 4 meters for like $30 or something crazy like that. So I had it kind of stashed away waiting for that right dress to make a really big impact with, and I think this has really done the job. The Field of Dreams, you get options for straps. Now, you can either get the thin straps, which is what I've got on this one. You can have a wider strap if you want a more bra-friendly option. You can also add on a little ruffle to the top, which is what I've done with this. And I think the fantastic thing, if you are chopping and changing a pattern to suit your own wardrobe, that's exactly what you should be able to do. So if you want to grade in and out of sizes, you can do that. If you want to add the thick strap on to wear your normal bra with, you can do that too. And if you're wanting to wear a thin strap like this one here, a strapless bra is always a great option. I'll put some video in so you can see exactly how it's turned out. So I've made the size 14. It's got plenty of ease around the middle. It is a more relaxed style dress and you can just pull over the head, no zips, no closures, very easy to make. You've got different options for your bodice. You can either do a V-neck bodice, a V-neck button front bodice. You can do the straight neck or the high straight neck, which is this one here. You can do top versions, you can do dress versions, you can do tunic versions. You can also do the top tier and lengthen that. If you don't want to put a ruffle, you can leave that out too. It's got options for things like pockets and waist ties, which is fantastic if you want to add that bit of shaping as well. So with this little number here, I have put on some beautiful lace that I've had sitting in the stash. I just thought it really complemented that bird print really well. Show you up close the fabric. It's just a stunning print. Being in the crepe, it's very floaty, very drapey and very swishy, and I think it just suits those tiers just perfectly. You also get a tutorial. If you haven't done your gathering before, you can do the traditional method of gathering or the clear elastic style of gathering. So Kate really does run you through all of that. And also Kate does have a lookbook that she had showing Sunday night to show you all of her different versions and what fabrics she's enjoyed making them with. And I think every single fabric that I've sewn this pattern with has given the dress a more unique look. It's great to have a pattern you can add a different fabric to and get a totally different looking pattern. And it's really interesting that way. It keeps kind of the pattern fresh and more unique. And I think it's great. It's a great pattern for layering. So even though you might think that's a really summery looking dress, it's also something you can quite easily layer with a top t-shirt underneath, because those slip style dresses at the moment are very in fashion, very on trend, and especially for things like layering. So with the bodice, that's the bodice details. You have some nice dart detail in there. You also have the option of the elasticated back, which just gives you that little bit of shape. You don't want to draw it in too much because you will affect that kind of bust line being too tight. So just that nice little hint of gather. The bodice just sits on the natural waistline here. You can add pockets in if you love pockets as well. So I just think that little lace detail I've added on just gives it that little bit of a more glam evening look. But if you're wanting more of a daytime look, the dress here is the straight across top. I've gone for the button front, and you get great tutorial for making buttonholes, and the little buttons I've used here are from Arrow Mountain. So really pretty little buttons here. I'll link that below, so if you want to head over to her website, you can. But this to me is that classic simple little sundress in a gorgeous cotton linen. That was from Spotlight on the clearance rack. I've added some waist ties to that one too, but you can quite easily add a little belt for detail. And I've just used the top tier and lengthened it, so no ruffle on that one, and you can really get a nice sort of simple sundress look with that. And what I've decided to do with the little ruffle shoulder details, I've added that onto the front of the top of the bust there to give that little kind of pretty feminine effect. Just gathered it to fit, and I think it really works perfectly. I think that would really work well with a little t-shirt underneath, that layered effect too. If you're in a colder climate and you wanted to wear a like pinny style, that would be a great one to wear, maybe with a little turtleneck. I just think that the most simple little dress, but so many different versions. The other one I've got on here is the top version. I've done the higher neckline straight across with the spaghetti kind of style straps. You can also make the really ultra thin straps, which really look pretty as well. And just the high back. I'll pop some pics into this one. This fabric was a cotton broderie just from Lincraft, believe it or not. This beautiful cobalt blue I just think is such a stunning little top to wear with a pair of jeans that you can easily dress up or down as well. The last version was one I made at the very last minute because I was so through with the pattern and how it came up, and I noticed that I had quite a lot of ease around the bust and waist because that's how the pattern's designed. It's kind of a little bit not boxy, but in between it's got a little bit of ease there, so it's more of a comfortable fit, and that is because it is easy to slip on over the head and take off. There's no closures of any kind, no zips and no buttons. So I think Kate wanted to keep it simple and keep that little bit of ease in there, so you can do that. The last one I made was with a beautiful rayon. Now this fabric was very kindly sent to me by Polly from the Netherlands, who is the sewing edit over on YouTube. If you haven't followed her, go ahead and look at her great content. She sent me that for my birthday, this fabric, so I just thought I had to make a sundress because I love the navy and white together. I think it looks really, really pretty and fresh and cool. And I decided to do a little bit of hacking on this one. The thing that I love about this dress was I saw Kate on her Sunday night preview, and she runs through all the fabrics and what she's loved doing. This is probably one of my top tied favorite with that one, only because of the simplicity of this. It is just so light and cool and floaty. I've decided to size down to a 12 for that one, only because I knew I had quite a lot of room, the bodice, that I could do that. But I also took a good 5 centimeters off the bodice length to bring it just up above my natural waist, so a little bit more cropped out of the bodice, and added on just that top tier and lengthened it to about 3 times the length. and I'll put a little ruffle on the bottom to make it nice and swishy, and I'm really thrilled with how it's come up. It's very, very cool and floaty and drapey. But I think this would be perfect with a little t-shirt underneath and a little pair of trainer style runners to really dress it down for a more of a daytime look. But you could definitely dress that up really nice for an evening look as well. So these kind of strappy pinny styles are really in and very on trend at the moment. I just think it's a lovely style dress, but also just as lovely to wear on its own. So if you haven't checked out Kate's Sunday night preview, go ahead and have a look at that. Some great options. Also, there's some fantastic tester pics over on the Pattern Emporium Facebook circle. You can get some great inspiration and ideas from that as well. And also, this pattern is on sale. It's 15% off until Monday. And I also have an affiliate link down in the description box if you're thinking about ordering this dress. I would really appreciate if you'd order through that link. It does help my channel when you order through that link, and it lets me bring you extra content more often as well. And don't forget the other patterns that Kate has shown that are also on sale. I think one is that Hello Gorgeous top, which is a very favorite pattern of mine, very favorite top. And I love making mine in a cotton jersey because I get that nice kind of sleeve. It really sort of puffs out nicely and stands up on its own really, really well, as well as being a comfortable t-shirt. Cotton jersey is my top pick for that. And I think that beautiful low scooped kind of squared neckline really looks lovely with that Hello Gorgeous top. Another pattern on sale is the Songbird, which is also a favorite of mine. I know a lot of the viewers have made that and just loved how it's come up. And you can do that duster style length or as well as a shorter style jacket. And that's a perfect layering piece to wear with this Field of Dreams dress too. So I hope you've enjoyed that little pattern release. It is a really great pattern. It is a rip up because I think of all the options you can get. It's just to have a pattern you can have so adaptable and change the look completely depending on your necklines, your buttons, and whatever else you'd like to add to it. You can see how I've hacked a few of mine by adding details like lace and different style buttons, and I think you can really give it your own unique spin as well. You can be your own fashion designer, I always say that, but the fact is it's great to have the versatile pattern pieces and building blocks there to use. I'd love to hear what your favourite version of the Field of Dreams. Please write in the comment box below. I always enjoy hearing what you prefer, what you love to see. You can do the more modern take with having a cotton linen, more of a boxy shape. You can do some fun prints, or if you want to do something like a more elegant boho style, a drapey crepe's beautiful, as well as the rayon. And yeah, I just think every type of fabric you use gives it that own unique look to the pattern. If you've enjoyed this video today, I would love it if you could give it a thumbs up because that helps other sewers like you find the channel. And as well as that, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you very shortly for a new episode. So take care and happy sewing. Bye for now.